So when I hear talk about Jonathan running Daystar, that's one of the scariest things I can imagine for employees here. So when I hear talk about Jonathan running Daystar, that's one of the scariest things I can imagine for employees here.
This is totally unacceptable. I could literally feel what Jonathan Lamb is passing through. For over a year now, I've been digging through interviews, old broadcasts, insider testimonies, and videos connected to the growing controversy surrounding Daystar Television Network and the hate towards Jonathan Lamb. What I discovered was far deeper, more emotional, and more disturbing than many people realized. Behind the cameras, the sermons, and the polished television image, there appears to be a painful family divide that has left viewers shocked and questioning everything. One thing that stood out repeatedly in my findings was the overwhelming hostility directed toward Jonathan Lamb from former associates, workers, and voices connected to the ministry. This is so bad. In this video, we're going beyond headlines and emotional reactions to examine the timeline, the statements, and the patterns that many people may have missed. Some of these clips reveals tensions that didn't suddenly appear overnight. This is not about spreading hate. This is about asking difficult questions, uncovering hidden details, and understanding how one of Christian television's most recognized families reached this point. Welcome to Faith in View.
Let's now examine this clip of late Joni Lamb addressing the dismissal of her son, Jonathan Lamb. What was said in this moment reveals far more than many viewers initially realized. The tone, the wording, and the underlying tension expose signs of a deeper conflict that may have existed behind closed doors long before this controversy became public. Listen closely and pay attention to the details.
Hello, everyone. I wanted to take a few minutes today to speak from my heart to the Daystar family and friends. Recently, Daystar made the decision to terminate my son, Jonathan Lamb's employment. That decision was not taken lightly. It followed a 15-month review of Jonathan's performance and his refusal to take any steps to satisfy a detailed performance improvement plan put in place. He also refused my offer to participate in a formal mediation to resolve grievances in a biblical and professional manner. Rather than take any steps to improve his performance at Daystar, it seems clear now that Jonathan was focused on fabricating a smear campaign. You see, Jonathan was extremely disappointed that he was not named the future president of Daystar following the death of his father and my husband, Marcus Lamb, despite the fact that Marcus had given a clear directive to the family and to the board that I would succeed him as president. Jonathan's disappointment in not getting his way only deepened when I married Dr. Doug Weiss.
The clip shows Joni Lamb responding firmly to the allegations, rejecting them as a smear campaign linked to Jonathan Lamb's dissatisfaction over leadership decisions at Daystar Television Network. She states that his dismissal followed a 15-month performance review and was based on failure to meet required standards, not personal conflict. Joni also addresses the succession issue, saying Marcus Lamb had already directed that she would become president after his passing. She further suggests the dispute was intensified by family tensions and her marriage to Doug Weiss, and she makes a serious claim that Jonathan escalated the situation to attempted blackmail. Overall, the clip is a defensive statement denying wrongdoing and framing the controversy as both a leadership and legal dispute.
Support. Obviously, we've had something come to the surface that's been hidden to a very small select group of people.
This clip takes a closer look at serious allegations raised by Jonathan Lamb concerning his time within Daystar Television Network and the events he says followed the breakdown of trust inside the organization. Jonathan claims the conflict began after he discovered a tracking device in his vehicle, which he says was later confirmed by a mechanic following initial denial from a staff member. He describes this as the first indication of what he believed to be unusual internal monitoring within the ministry. He further alleges that tensions escalated after internal disagreements, during which he and his wife experienced what he describes as increasing pressure, including claims of surveillance and intimidation. Jonathan also disputes explanations surrounding when tracking devices were introduced and how they were used. According to him, the situation intensified when he was asked to sign a non-disclosure agreement or risk losing his executive role and board position. This was followed by a reported demotion, salary reduction, and the termination of staff connected to his family. He also references a separate incident in which he and his wife say they were followed by a private investigator.
So that car's been following us for a while, guys. I can't see the license plate, if anyone. I'm just gonna send it to Katie and Kenyon and Ash.
I'll look for the license.
Can y'all read the license plate number, guys? Jonathan's about to pull into a gas station and confront him.
It's TMM2176.
Okay. Got that? Okay, let's see.
Who are you?
I'm an investigator. Who are you?
Who are you hired by?
I can't disclose that.
Okay. Well, I don't authorize you to follow me.
That's okay. We're on public streets. I can follow wherever I want to.
Okay. Well, thank you for confirming you're an investigator.
I hope you have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Jameson. Have a good one.
Sharing footage of a vehicle trailing them and a confrontation in which the driver identified himself as an investigator but declined to say who had hired him. Taken together, Jonathan's account outlines what he describes as a pattern of escalating conflict, surveillance claims, and a complete breakdown of trust within the ministry's leadership structure.
In the middle of all these claims, counterclaims, and emotional reactions, one thing is clear. The situation surrounding Jonathan Lamb has drawn intense public attention and divided opinion. While some see accountability and leadership decisions, others see something far more troubling in how events unfolded and were handled. At the center of it all remains a difficult question. Is this hate on Jonathan really necessary? Let me know your thought